check your favorite streaming platforms. Feel free to be interactive and tell us your story. Like Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, YouTube, and there's so much more. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. Go give it a shot.
Good morning, good morning. This is Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast, and we're talking about challenges. And our general question for this specific day is, what challenges have you faced, past or present? I'm the new voice this morning. I'm the host for today, guys, and I'm going to be talking about challenges. And something that I wanted to specifically talk about regarding challenges is the challenges of new beginnings. Anybody have challenges of new beginnings? Starting a new job, starting a new relationship, a new friendship, new family. Lots of those things, they have their fears and their struggles of, beginning. And one of those things that I have a challenge with new beginnings with, is love. Love is something that is a fear for me, because I always wonder, am I worth getting love in a relationship? Or is love even for me? Or am I even ready? And sometimes, because of that, I don't even start. I don't even go out and have conversations with people, get to meet people, and start and initiate the moment of finding what love is. And I want love. I want that. And that's a part of challenges. If you want something, you have to try and get it. And me saying, oh, I hope I get married one day and have kids, and not doing the meet and greet for that, is like saying, I'm thirsty, but I'm still laying on the couch, knowing I'm thirsty, waiting for water to levitate to me and give me a drink. That's not going to happen. But what I have to do is learn to get up and go and start. It's hard to, because letting go of past pain from relationships, or the present pain of relationships that I had before, is sort of clouding my positivity, my hope in finding love in relationships. And the sooner I address it, the sooner it's going to be when I start to open myself up, but still have boundaries. I can still have boundaries and still open myself up to people just a little bit for love. Because that's a new beginning, and it's just as scary as it sounds. New beginning, like I have to start over again. It's been 3 years since I've been in a relationship, and I have to start over. And that sounds like so much work. It's like doing a 10-page essay, and I have to restart it over again because my teacher said, this is wrong. This isn't how you're supposed to do it. Did you read the instructions? You have to redo it. And I'm thinking, oh, the due date is tomorrow, and I have to redo this whole 10-page essay. That actually happened to me. It really did. And my teacher, he was graceful enough to give us to give us an extra week. But sometimes in life, that doesn't happen. We don't get an extra week to get it together. So you learn from things now, right when it happens. So, does anybody feel the fear of new beginnings? And what new beginnings are you feeling fear for? It's okay to talk about them because when you talk about them, it's out in the air. And as long as you know, you have a chance to address it. Now let's go to a commercial break.
Cause we're on Facing the Lion podcast. Go check your favorite streaming platforms. Feel free to be interactive and tell us your stories. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, YouTube, and so much more. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. Go give it a shot. Facing the lion is always positive. And so I ask you today, as we are going to be facing our lions or challenges of the week, what did you face this challenge?
We're back. Now, we are back. Now let's talk about how, when you're in your new beginning, envision this with me, guys. When you're in your new beginning and you feel like you've done the best work on yourself and in what you're beginning, and all of a sudden someone says, I remember when you used to do that, or they say, do you still do that? Or they say, well, I stopped talking to you because you used to do this and I think you're still like that. And you try to tell them, I'm a new person. I'm not like that anymore. I've changed. I've turned a new leaf. I'm better than that. And they continue to contradict that and say, I don't believe that. No, I don't believe it. Sometimes that causes us to do reverse psychology on ourselves. Sometimes we step back and we hear that, and the negative Nancy thoughts get to our heads, and we say, am I really changed from that? Or is this change really real? Like, did I change for real? Because they still see that person in me. To be honest, that has affected me sometimes because people have revisited my life and they said, well, are you still the same person? Or they try to test me and see if I'm still that same person by trying to break boundaries that I built that I didn't have. And sometimes it affects me into a place where I'm like, wow, I thought I changed, but did I really? Like, did I really? And we start taunting ourselves. We start saying, yeah, you thought you changed, but they still see that. So that means you still have a lot of work to do. Sometimes I say that because I expect myself to be perfect. Because of new beginnings, I'm expecting myself to grow overnight, and I'm impatient. I'm like, I'm supposed to know this answer. I know that I'm better than that, and that's just it. Like, I know that. But it takes a lot more work. And when they don't see my work and the work I put in to be this person that I am, it doesn't change the fact that I did the work and I'm the person that I am. And it's hard to realize that when the people you love say stuff like that, and your friends say things like that, and people you look up to, your role models, because you look up to them, and you care about what they think, and that's normal. That's very, very normal. But they are stuck with the memory of you in the past. They don't know you now. You know you now. And that's important. Knowing yourself and who you are right now is the most important thing, because when that test and trial comes to you to test and see, are you better? It can be situations too, challenges, or are you stronger than that? Are you going to make better decisions? Sometimes that comes to you, and you have to face yourself in the mirror, do the mirror talk, and say, am I this person, this new me that I tell myself that I am? Is this real? Am I going to choose what's best for me this time? And am I strong enough to do that? That's important to ask yourselves. In a few minutes, guys, I'm going to go and have some motivational positive music for you guys that is from me, about how we can fight through these negative thoughts and how we can turn to our best selves, motivate us to be the best that we can be. And now we're going to talk about new beginnings and the destiny that awaits after you go through your new beginning. The destiny that's there is important. And do we know what destiny means? Let's look it up. Destiny is important because you're wondering, are you made for this? Is it important? Are you made for this? And are you supposed to be where the new beginning is? 1 second, guys. I'm looking it up. I'm so sorry for the latency, guys. Okay, destiny definition. It's good to know the specific definition, just in case you're like, destiny, what does that mean? Destiny is the events that will necessarily happen to a particular person or thing in the future. Did y'all see that? Did y'all hear that Q word? The key word, necessarily. Sometimes we set ourselves up for things that are not specifically necessary. We over exaggerate our dreams, and there's nothing wrong with wanting bigger things, but we put so much pressure on ourselves, and we're like, okay, I made an 80, but I wish I made a 100, when we should say, oh man, I made an 80, but I'll take that, because you know what? That's a B. That is a B. And I do that to myself a lot. A reveal that happened to me, guys, is I told my dad, I said, Dad, I made an 80. And he says, 80? You gotta make higher than that. You gotta make higher than that. This is college. You can't just make, short grades like that. And I start thinking, man, I made an 80. I was happy for it, but now I'm not happy because it seems to not be enough. And you know, I started thinking, I was like, you know what? Sometimes it's best to keep my grades to myself and my happiness to myself. I'm not disrespecting my father. It's just that some things you keep to yourself because you know why you're happy for it and you know that how hard it takes to get there. And sometimes people they shoot it down when you are saying, "At least I made it this far." And they're like, "Well, you should have made it further." But sometimes it's all that you can do and all that's in your control and you can't change it. See, the new beginnings, they are a part of your destiny and they are a part of what is necessary to be in your life and what you make of it. We will go to a commercial break.
Cause we're called vibetalkfacingthelionpodcast. Come check your favorite streaming platforms. Feel free to be interactive and tell us your stories. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, YouTube, and so much more. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. Go give it a shot.
We're back. Next, we're going to talk about dropping habits. Anybody have a bad habit that they have and they're starting a new beginning and man, it's hard to drop. So this anthem, this song is for you guys and this habit can be anything. It can be anything about substances that you need to drop. It can be anything about relationships or habits of doubting yourself. Lots of things that you need to drop. And you know it's good for you. So this song is for you guys. Hello, Cheyenne. How are you doing? Long time no see. We're talking about facing challenges and what challenges have you faced, past or present? And what are you thankful for and why? That song was about Dropping habits, basically, that's from my personal experience about when I was in a relationship and I got out of it to about 2 years prior, and the person came back and wanted to rekindle and they wanted to start over, get back into a relationship. And I wasn't having it because of how they affected me. Cheyenne says, I've been dealing with many different challenges. Thankful I woke up this morning. I love that. I'm also thankful to live every day. And I'm thankful for, I didn't answer that question, did I? No. I'm thankful for being able to do this live today. I was nervous, but I'm doing it and I'm thankful and I'm proud so far. I had to I have to tell the person that no, I'm not going to get in a relationship with you because of I'm still in pain. I had to be honest. It was hard for me to be honest. Thank you. Thank you, Cheyenne. Cheyenne says, and you're doing good. Thank you. Doing great. Thank you. I appreciate that. I told them that I couldn't do it because I'm in so much pain. And I can never forget. We had a podcast about a week ago about forgiving. And I wasn't ready to forget what the impact that I had from that person. So I told them no. And I saw the signs. When you see the signs, you have to read them and follow instructions. And Cheyenne, would you like to elaborate and would you like to explain like what one of your challenges were, which if you would like to share? That's if you would like to. And I had to explain to the person about my struggles of when I was with them and what I'm still going through and the impact. It's okay to talk to people about that because some people don't know. They'll never know if you tell them. And because his perspective on how we ended was different from my perspective. And the challenge was being honest. And I had to be honest. And I had to drop the habit of holding back and protecting other people's emotions. I had to be real with me first and be real with them and not begin the same cycle because new beginnings, the test comes when you're realizing where, okay, I'm in a new cycle now and I have to be this new person. It's a challenge. Cheyenne says, I too had to deal with forgiving someone. A close friend blocked me and decided to unblock me and apologize, and I decided to forgive and accept his apology. That's strength right there. I applaud you for that. It's very hard to do that sometimes. It's very hard to, you know what? I had a situation just like that. I had a situation just like that. Me and a friend had a issue and she blocked me and that hurt. It really did. It hurt a lot. And it was about a year later they unblocked me, and the thing is they didn't apologize. That's what's different, right? They didn't apologize, but I already forgave them. And it takes a big person to apologize. I'd say that. It takes the bigger person to apologize. And it takes maturity to apologize too. And accountability. It's hard to apologize because sometimes you're wondering, they might not accept it. Or they might not understand where I'm coming from, where I was coming from because of the actions that I did in the situation. But I'm saying sorry, but they may not get it. They won't believe me. Cheyenne says it does. Yes, it does. And we have to put that aside sometimes, and it's hard because me, I'm a very sympathetic person. So I automatically say sorry. I automatically say sorry. And that's good, but I have to realize and hold people accountable when they didn't apologize to me. But then there's this thing where I'm like, because they didn't apologize to me, I'm wondering, maybe I'm the worst person. But in reality, it's probably the fact that they feel like they didn't do anything wrong. They thought they were right. And there's the difference between their truth and the truth. My truth and the truth. We also have a podcast about that. The next song is called Wait No More. Because of new beginnings, we cannot wait to start. It's kind of hard to begin when we pause before we begin. It's like you're waiting on your favorite Disney movie to start, and the intro, it didn't start at all. It didn't start at all. You're like, when is it gonna start? So this song is called Wait No More. Hope the sound quality is fine.
It's right there. You got the keys. Put it in the lock and go get it. Put it in the lock and go get it. Put it in the lock and go get it. Yeah. That right there is mine. I don't wanna be no more.
Hopefully, this is motivating you for new beginnings, to begin and not wait anymore. Now we will move to a commercial break.
Facing the lion is always positive. And so I ask you today, as we are going to be facing our lions on challenges of the week, what did you face this week that was challenging? Cause we're called Lions on Facing the Lion podcast. Go set your favorite streaming platforms.
Feel free to be interactive and tell us your stories.
Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, YouTube, and it's so much more.
We're also on Facebook and Instagram.
Go give it a shot. Change is hard for me because I'm not focused on me. So what do you need to change about that? You need to focus on yourself. How do we do that? We don't become blind to everything around us, but we have an incredible desire to help ourselves. You know how people say, may I help you? Ask yourself, may I help myself? Give yourself permission to help yourself. Because if you're always thinking about making the change, but never doing anything about it, you're never going to see that change. Facing the lions, facing the lions.
We're back. Now, I'm going to turn over to myself. I'm going to turn it over to Trisha's Treasures. I'm turning it over. And I'm going to show you something I've been working on. My personal series, new videos dropping today on my channel. And this is about gratefulness. You can do your own as well. You can do your own specific one. You can do your own. Y'all can see it. This is the letter G. I am doing a series about growth and what the letters of growth stands for. And to the back of it, I have gratefulness, if you can see that. Basically, I took the old assignments that we did in Vibe Talk. I brought them all together on my table, and I decided to recreate them in the acronym growth. And this one is about the sunset, or drawing something beautiful from 4 negative things and 3 positive things. And I drew a sunset with that project. I'm going to set y'all on this because everybody needs that sunset positivity. So, being grateful for the challenges. that we face. The challenges that we face helps us with our new beginnings because it gives us our survival guide, our it gives us our manual for if we shall revisit this again, I will know what to do. So I can say that the challenges that I have faced and the challenges that I do face today from the past or the challenges of tomorrow, I may feel like, man, here goes another challenge. Like, I just want a good day. It will be a good day because after I face the challenge and I get through it, that motivates me. That helps me say, because I got through that, like, what's next? Bring it on. I'm ready. That helps me. And hopefully it helps you. So, what have you learned about yourself and discovered about yourself? And what was your experience like here today? What I've learned, I'll go first. What about what I've learned today is that when I have a new beginning, it's okay to be scared of the new beginning, but I can't let fear stop me from starting because I can't begin if I'm stuck. I can't begin if I don't move. It's like I need to get to my appointment, but if I keep saying, I gotta go to my appointment, I gotta go to my appointment, what is that doing if I don't move and get dressed and say, I need a ride and get to my destination? Actions and words should match. So that's what I learned. And my experience here today was I'm proud. Like I'm gonna give myself a hand because I was nervous, but I did it. I did it. And this was a challenge for me. And I hope this is an example for anyone that's facing a challenge, excuse me, that's facing a challenge, or if anyone's afraid to do something that they're scared and I don't know if I can do it. Do it. Just do it. And just do it. If you're afraid to do it, what's the worst can happen? What's the worst that can happen? And to me, the worst for me that could happen for not doing this is not doing this and regretting that I didn't do it. It was coming. It was coming, but I had to do it. So, thank you for joining today. Thank you for listening in. We love when our old listeners come back, our OGs come back. Thank you, Cheyenne, for coming in. And we'll see you in the next episode of Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast.
I don't want you just to make a resolution. I want to think about. I was really about to move and then I got the vibe with it. I really took the time with it. I really love the ride with it. 3 years, really got the vibe with it. I took the time with it. I really love the ride with it. You can already see I'm better you. We get the vibe with it. Yeah, we get the vibe with it. Yeah. Not just saying something. It's about commitment.